Hey, I hope everyone is doing good. Just doing some last second touch ups. Uh, okay, 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 and it's 4 p.m. on dot. We can start. All right. Okay, how is everyone doing? Good afternoon. Again, it's another beautiful Sunday. Uh, sorry about that. How is everyone doing? How are you wherever you are? I hope you've had a restful weekend. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Max, um, and this is the Macx Health Support Community, where I give you information that relates to your health, information about your general wellness. I answer medical questions, just give you tips and give you information, knowledge that equips you to make better health decisions. That's primarily why I'm here. I feel like the lighting is not so good from what I'm seeing right now. The lighting is not so good. So I'm thinking I should turn on my lights, but I don't know how that would look. But let's try it out. Okay. I just noticed now it's about to rain. It seems it's about to rain on this side. So the clouds got dark and the sunlight I was expecting has now disappeared. So let me try and turn on my light and see if that looks better. Okay. I don't know. I hope that's better because that's the only source of light here. I hope it's better. I hope it is better. Okay. And there's also a party going on right now in my area, so everywhere is a bit rowdy. Okay, so I hope this is better, honestly. Uh, okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's just do what we're here for. Okay, so today the focus of our conversation, and for those of you who are new to this is that, like I said, it's Dr. Macx Health Support Community. If you have any medical question, any question related to your health, you can either drop it in the comment section below, or you can click the link to join the WhatsApp group. I'm also live right now on that group. Drop your question on WhatsApp and I will answer you, even if it's not related to the current topic we're discussing. Okay? Feel free to go ahead and drop your questions and I will answer immediately I see them. All right. So I just had to drop that. Also, if you are not new on this channel, thank you for coming back. Welcome. Happy to have you here. I hope you are sharing this channel with people around you, people you care about, people who you would want to make better health decisions. Please share this channel to them. Share this link to this video to them, share the link to this group to them, and let them join. Okay. Let's educate everyone, let everyone make better health decisions. Okay, and that's that for an intro. It's my charger that just keeps shaking. Shaky charger. Okay. Um, so today we'll be talking about the concept of boosting your immunity. The concept of boosting immunity. Is it a real thing? I hear so many people say, "Oh, why do you buy this drug? I want to boost my immunity." Doctor said I should boost my immunity. This is an immune boosting supplement. Especially when COVID-19 came and everybody was all about immune system, immunity, immunity, immunity. And we want to really look into this. Is it truly possible to boost your immunity? Can you boost your immunity? Is it something, is it a thing? Forget all the rhetoric and all the popular sayings out there and all, the general mindsets we have. On a scientific level, is it actually possible to boost your immunity? And if so, how do you actually go about it? Is it just by taking some pills, you take some drugs, and then, the way they advertise, you take the drug, your body goes strong, kakaraka. That's how they advertise it, you know. So is it like that the way they advertise it? When you take the vitamin, then they will now show the person running up the staircase and smiling, and all the children are happy. Oh God. Is that truly how it is when you take supplements? Is that how it boosts your immunity? All of a sudden, no disease, nothing again. Is it really like that? And we'll go into that. And I'll be busting some myths. Okay? Some immune system myths. I'll be busting some myths. So please pay attention. And everything I'm telling you, first thing I'm going to say is that this is a Harvard study. If you've not heard of Harvard before, go and ask anybody. Harvard. It's not Dr. Macaulay that just felt like so that when you are speaking to people out there, you are not arguing with them. They just say, yeah, go and check Google. Just go and check Google. You are telling them this is what Harvard is saying. A study done by Harvard University. If you don't know Harvard, I don't know how to help you or help you know what Harvard is. Harvard is a very top tier university in the US and they don't joke, right? So they did this study and they came up with a lot of findings regarding this whole immunity thing. And that's what we're going to talk about. First of all, I will start by saying, for those of you who just make decisions because you went on Google and you saw something, please stop. Can you please stop? Like, there are so many people saying, oh, I saw this online, and you go and start taking this drug. Please stop. Stop. I keep saying it. Google, if a native doctor could operate a laptop, I promise you that native doctor can go online and say, when you call something, 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 and you spit on the ground and you throw the calorie on the ground, you will cure HIV. The native doctor will type it and put it on Google. You will see it and then go and start spitting and thinking you are going to cure HIV. You will not. Anybody, literally, and I'm not exaggerating, anybody can go on Google and upload anything. I need you to understand. So when you're thinking, oh, I saw it online, yeah, anybody can put anything online. So the first thing is, you see that idea of taking things and no. Right? Please, let's slow down with the old Dr. Google thing. Because that's part of where the whole immune booster this, immune booster that, that's part of where it's coming from. Okay, all this whole online search. So that's because you just put that one aside. Everything you know from the online space and all your Google search, put it inside a cooler and just leave it somewhere first. Let's have this conversation. When we're done with this conversation, you will decide whether you want to throw that cooler away or not. Now, the first thing you need to understand is the immune system. What does it do? It fights infection, obviously. No debate about that. Right? But there are two things involved when we talk about the immune system. Number one, there are different types of infections. There are viral infections, which are usually almost incurable. Example, Lassa fever, Ebola, HIV, hepatitis, flu, cough and catarrh, all those things, right? They are viral infections, very hard to treat. COVID-19, that's why you see, anytime there's an outbreak of a viral infection, all this Lassa fever, Ebola, everybody is running around. CDC is on high alert because they are very hard to treat. Very hard to treat. Okay. Even your cough and catarrh, better know if you don't know already that the virus is a permanent tenant in your respiratory system. The virus that causes catarrh, it is a permanent tenant in your respiratory system. Yes. what happens is that if you are okay and you are not stressed, sorry. What happens is if you are okay and you are not stressed, the virus will be controlled by your immune system. Once you are stressed, your immune system starts to weaken, and then the virus starts misbehaving, and then you start having catarrh. And that's why when people have malaria, sometimes they start having cough and catarrh because the malaria is disturbing their immune system. Okay, so that's how viral infections are. It's hard to cure them. Most times they just stay in the body and they are quiet. Same thing for HIV. That's why they've never found a cure for HIV, right? Viral infections are hard to treat. Okay, most times you can just control them. They will just be in the body and they will be quiet, right? Not causing any trouble. Number 2 type of infection is a bacterial infection. When you eat a that has spots, yes, it's bacteria. When you have an injury and it gets dirty and then it starts bringing, or you have a boil and it starts bringing out something whitish, bacterial infection. Okay. Other types of bacterial infections, sores. There's something in medicine we call sepsis. When there's bacterial infection in the body system, and it has spread, bacteria, right? Also, that's why they tell you wash your hands so that you don't take bacteria into food and eat it. Bacterial infection. Then we have fungal infection. When you have itching, if you've had it before, you know what I'm talking about. Usually, it's classic of fungal infection. Itching. It will be very itchy. It might change color. It can be whitish. That area will now be white. It can start peeling. Those are fungal infections. Now, question number 1. You say you want to boost your immunity. Please, which of these infections now are you targeting? Because they are very different. In fact, they are so different that you cannot just take the same drug for all of them. There are different classes of drugs for infections. Now, under each class, there are different types of drugs for specific infections. So when you say you want to boost your immunity, how exactly do you now plan to do it with all these different types of infections? And I can promise you that if you like, take all the immune booster that you want to take. By the time you eat that road that has spots, I promise you will purge. And nothing is going to stop you from purging. You will purge by the grace of God. Because the immune booster is not going to stop that infection you have exposed yourself to. It does not work that way. Right? So that's problem number 1. Saying you are taking immune boosters and then exposing yourself to infection, they are 2 different conversations entirely. 2 very different conversations. If you have someone who is staying with you who has a viral infection, someone who has Ebola, who has Lassa fever, you now say, I have taken immune booster. I'm going to go and meet that person that has Ebola. Roughly. You are seriously joking with yourself. Because it does not work that way. So, the first thing that I need you to establish is, you see, there is how you expose yourself to infection, that your immune booster is just useless. We need to get that clear. It's a different conversation entirely. Okay? So, it's a matter that you have that in mind. Different types of infections, but also exposure to infection is a separate conversation from trying to support your immune system or boost your immune system. If you are exposed to infection, best believe you will face the symptoms of that infection. No conversation. Okay, next point. This phone just keeps falling down. Next point. There are different types of immune cells. There's the one that will fight bacterial infection. There's this type of cell that will fight viral infections, right? So there are different types of immune cells that are involved. It's important that you understand that too. So when you say you want to boost your immunity, which type of cell are you trying to boost exactly? There are even antibodies, raw antibodies that fight. Like you can just take antibodies to just help you fight. And very recently a hospital called and said they wanted to give a baby an antibody. You know how much they called for that antibody? That they wanted to give a baby the injection, that antibody injection, to fight because the baby had a particular exposure. The injection alone was like 200,000 for one dose, and it's just that one dose, so it's not a continuous thing, just one dose. So if someone wants to continue boosting, maybe you'll be spending 1 million per month, and that's just antibodies. We've not talked about the other types of cells. We've not talked about them, right? So that's another question. You say you want to boost your immunity. Which cell exactly are you boosting? Now, these are the questions that are going to be very important to answer. Again, I'm sorry if there's noise in my background. There's a party going on. I don't, the Gaussians like partying, so it's what it is. And now we can talk about the real issue. The concept of boosting your immunity. Number one, question number one that I would ask anybody, that you can ask anybody. Are you trying to increase the number of immune cells I have? Already, your body will always produce excess. The ones that are in excess will be destroyed and thrown away. So your body already produces excess immune cells. So anybody who is trying to increase your number of immune cells, I don't know what that person's goal is. In fact, people who decide to start injecting themselves with immune cells, they suffer risk of stroke because the cells are too much. It will go and block a blood vessel and the person will have a stroke. So the goal cannot be to increase your cells. That is not what boosting immunity is. You already have excess. The excess is destroyed because the body doesn't need it. We've spoken about different types. There is no way to say that, oh, this is the type of cell that we want to boost. There is currently nothing like that. Whoever wants to sell immune booster to you, you can ask them, please, which type of cell is this thing going to boost? And you will see that they can't answer. Also, we are now talking about other factors that are involved. If someone gets older, as you get older, right, the organs that manufacture these cells are getting older. If you like, drink a moon booster from now till next year. The organ in your body that is meant to manufacture immune cells is old. It is getting weaker. All the immune boosters you are drinking, that organ is called the thymus. Thymus. It's called the thymus. That is what manufactures your immune system, also your spleen too. Okay, so it's getting old. All the immune booster in this world will not stop it from getting old. Again, does that really, add up? Now that I have given you this foundational knowledge, let me now bust the myths. There are 4 of them. Number one, for those of you who like taking vitamin C, believe you take vitamin C, your body will be strong. Number one, there is currently no study, mark my words, no study that shows that vitamin C treats cold and catarrh or cough. No single study shows that vitamin C treats cold or cough or catarrh. The idea has always been that, oh, vitamin C will boost your immune system so you can fight cough and catarrh. Is a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. Okay? Number 2, taking high doses of vitamin C or vitamins does not increase immunity. This is by Harvard. Taking mega doses, those of you that you like the big one. I like when patients talk sometimes, it's just funny. They be like, I take that one gram, the 1,000 milligrams. That's what I take, I take for my immune system. I'm looking at them like, it's you yourself. It does not have any effect on your immune system. Nothing. Seriously, nothing. That's number 2. Number 3, there is no evidence. There is no evidence by Harvard. No evidence that taking immune boosters prevents diseases. No evidence, as in no single study has proved that taking immune boosters will prevent any disease. None. Not one. Not one. No evidence. Right? Another point. Exposure to cold weather. Exposure to cold weather does not reduce your immunity, right? It does not reduce your immunity. Exposure to cold weather, it does not reduce your immunity. We say, don't go out in the cold. You will catch flu, you will catch cold. If you say that, don't go out in the cold so that you don't develop hypothermia. Hypothermia is when the body's temperature gets so low that the person can actually just collapse and die. I agree. Yes, cold environment can affect you significantly when it gets too cold, but not because it is affecting your immune system. Mba no. I said no. Next point. Exposure to cold environments does not increase the risk of any infection. Exposure to cold environment, there is no study. No study shows that exposure to cold environment increases the risk of infection. However, your body can react to a cold environment. So if the environment starts to get too cold, your respiratory system might be struggling to adjust, especially for those who have a very sensitive respiratory system. It's not that you have an infection, it's that your respiratory system is struggling to adjust to the cold environment, because obviously you are breathing the air in that cold environment and the air is cold, right? So if it's that cold, it can actually disturb your respiratory system, but not because there is an infection. So stop preventing people from going out into the cold and saying they will catch infection. Again, I must emphasize that when the weather is cold, that virus that causes catarrh, it stays longer in the environment. Don't get me wrong. It stays longer in the environment. So if somebody who has that catarrh virus enters your environment in a cold space, everywhere is cold, maybe that day when rain is falling heavily and everywhere is cold, and then someone sitting beside you is doing catarrh everything, right? The virus will stay longer in the environment, and then you can now pick it up. It's not that the environment caused the virus, it's somebody that deposited it in the environment. We must understand it. But you are just by yourself, everywhere is cold, there is no infection that is coming your way. As long as your respiratory system does not struggle with the weather, you are fine. You are fine. Okay? So those are the four, I think to five, sir. Five, yeah. Vitamin C does not cure cold and cough and catarrh. It does not. It does not. Stop it. It's okay. It does not. Right? Vitamin C does not increase your immunity. There is no evidence that immune boosters prevent diseases. No evidence. Exposure to cold does not reduce your immunity. Exposure to cold does not put you at risk of infection. Right? So let's just get all this straight. Right? Let's stop all these things that we're doing. Let's stop. Okay? However, the question you will now ask me is, why is it that these people are still selling immune boosters? And I will answer you. The pharmaceutical industry can still sell immune boosters because people don't really understand the immune system so well. So the same way there is no study to show that immune boosters will prevent disease, there is also no study to show that immune boosters will not prevent disease. If I put it that way. There is no study for or against the motion. There is no study. That's why those guys are still in business. Trust me, they would have been out of business. And so the idea is, when you take these are drugs that generally, because of the things they contain, right? Yeah, it's fine for the body. It's not as if it's going to disturb the body. Some minerals, some nutrients, some all these things they are not harmful to the body generally, right? So nobody can really come out and say no, it's bad. Because how do you fight something that is just generally healthy? So they're just generally, it's like eating food, right? You just general nutrients, so nobody can really fight them, and that's where the problem is. However, best believe when I tell you there is no study that shows that these immune boosters will prevent disease. Okay, no study shows that. However, they contain general nutrients and all that. It's like asking you now, will drinking water prevent disease? Well, not exactly, but drinking water is good for the body, so you can drink water. I don't know if you get me. That's the idea. Okay, so that is it. Now, the real question we are now going to have to answer is, so how do you now boost your immunity? So, and my first answer is throw away that idea of boosting immunity. Remove it from your mind, throw it away. What we can do is support the immune system. You can support the immune system. Number one, you must be healthy. So, one of the first things that will weaken your immune system. So, the idea of this is prevent anything that can weaken your immune system. You might not be able to boost it, but you can prevent it from being damaged. And number one thing that damages your immune system is ill health, poor health, chronic conditions, right? So the diabetes, diabetes, I cannot emphasize it enough. Diabetes. It is a problem for your immune system. Your sugar is too high. It is like the number one enemy of your immune system. Diabetes, right? Severe illnesses, right? People who are bedridden for a long time, struggling, having multiple illnesses at the same time, kidney issue, liver issue, because a lot of these organs play a role in your immune system. It can be a problem and can affect your immunity to weaken it. Okay, so severe illnesses, you need to make sure they are treated. So I've mentioned chronic illnesses, severe illnesses. Okay, another thing I'm going to mention is people living with HBSS, sickle cell patients. Because of the fact that their red blood cells are abnormal, it creates a lot of problems, makes them more at risk of infection. So people with SS need to get treated. People with chronic viral infections like the hepatitis, the HIV, usually it takes a toll on their immune system. And so those things need to be managed so that the immune system can thrive. Okay? So poor health generally is something you must address. If you have any chronic condition, long-standing viral infection, please, you need to address them, get them treated, or at least be on drugs that can manage them so they don't destroy your immune system. Number two form of support is vaccines. So you need to see your doctor and ask, okay, which vaccines am I supposed to be taking? Off the top of my head, some common vaccines, hepatitis B vaccine. If you've not taken hepatitis B vaccine, I really don't know what you are waiting for, to be honest. Like in 2026, please go and take hepatitis B vaccine. Go and meet your doctor. They'll first screen you. When they screen you and they're sure it's negative, then they'll give you the vaccine. There are 3 doses that you take over a number of months, and I think the last one will be after a year or so. But meet your doctor, right? So hepatitis B vaccine, very important. Take that, right? Another vaccine that you want to take, HPV. So there's hepatitis B, HBV, and there's HPV, human papilloma virus. This is for women, all right? HPV vaccine. Please go and get screened and take HPV vaccine if you have not taken it yet. Okay, go and see a gynecologist. Just see a gynecologist and say, oh, you had a health talk about HPV and you wanted to, come and see what needs to be done. They know what to do. Don't worry. Once you tell them you are there for HPV because of a health talk, they'll take it from there. You don't need to. Just remember it is HPV. HP for Peter, then V, HPV. Okay? Tetanus, TT. I think tetanus should be taken up to 3 years, and then every 10 years you take a booster dose. People think it's when you get an injury, when iron cuts you now quickly rush, give him TT. Actually, that's a wrong use of tetanus injection, because at that point in time, tetanus has entered already. It's too late. There is no TT that will do anything. It is useful when you give it before you get exposed by a cut. So if you have not taken your TT in a while, please go and take TT. Like, is TT. I mean, it's not difficult to find, right? Tetanus toxoid, all right, TT. When you get injured, what you will be taking is anti-tetanus serum, ATS, not TT. Okay, ATS is what you'll be taking if you get injured. But if you are not injured, please take TT. Go and take TT. Go, all right? So these are just some common. Obviously, we have the BCG for tuberculosis, OPV, and COVID-19. Everybody in Nigeria is already immune to COVID-19 as far as I'm concerned. I'm saying this is not Harvard, this is my own personal opinion. As far as I'm concerned, everybody is immune to COVID-19, even not to have wiped us out. We did not do any social distance. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Nigeria, we did not observe it, we did not do anything. It's just God that saved us and gave us immunity. So I might not bother about COVID-19. But if you're outside the country, please, I don't know if your own is strong. Nigeria is a strong terrain. Everybody who is healthy in Nigeria, trust me, they have a strong system. But if you are not in Nigeria, please go and take it too. And if you're in Nigeria, you have the opportunity. I don't say you should not take. Go and take it. Before you say it's Dr. Macaulay that said your body is strong, you should not take it. You can take it. Go and take it. All right. The rest you should have taken while you were young. But seriously, still speak to your doctor. Ask which other vaccines. This is not exhaustive. Ask for which other vaccines you can take. Vaccines are one, and these days they now have typhoid vaccine and malaria vaccine. It depends on if you. I don't know where you see it, sha, because they are reserving it for those in underprivileged areas. At least that was what I heard last. Anyway, so there's that. Another thing that you need to address. Okay, someone is asking me to list the vaccines on the WhatsApp group. All right, I'll try and drop the vaccines on the WhatsApp group. Okay. Another thing that you need to address for your immune system to remain strong is stress. Stress. Yeah, I'm going to drop the vaccines on the group once I'm done with this live session. Another thing you need to address is stress. Stress. You are looking for immune booster, but you are stressing yourself. When you stress yourself, your body releases a certain hormone that disrupts your immune system. I have said it so many times. When you stress yourself, your body releases hormones that will disturb your immune system. So you must reduce stress. Before you go and buy immune booster, have you reduced your stress? Reduce stress. These are the practical ways to support your immune system. Also, as you get older, please try as much as possible to include variety. Now, there is what we call micronutrient deficiency. You would expect that it's only those in Somalia, those in the north where they are fighting and they are bandits and there's kidnapping. You expect that those are the only people who are malnourished. But we are now seeing that people who are affluent, who are living in well-to-do areas, who have the money to eat good food, are also starting to have malnourishment. Micronutrient deficiency, that's what we call it, and it's a bit more common as you get older. Why? Because there is lower variety in your food, and so a lot of nutrients and minerals and all that you would have gotten would now be missing. Now these might be the set of people that I can say would need immune boosters. People who are elderly, people who are dealing with some condition. And let me now put it here. One particular scenario where you would need immune boosters is if for some reason, whether due to age or due to a chronic illness or a very severe illness, that person's immune system is weakened and it's down. At that point in time, yes, that person will need to support their system with these nutrients. Again, remember, like we said, we're not trying to boost any particular cell, but because the person is sick, the person might be deficient of nutrients, so we want to support the person with nutrients that the body can use to manufacture, immune cells. Okay, so it's just to support the body with enough nutrients, not necessarily that when the person takes this, you now say, but you took immune booster now, why did the sickness not disappear? It does not work like that. All right, people who are very sick, people who are very old, okay, often because they cannot take in enough nutrients, they have a deficiency. That deficiency is what affects their immune system. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Okay, last but not least, general principles. Just health principles: eat well. Avoid smoking and alcohol because they are generally not good for all your organs. I don't think I need to say this anymore. Smoking and alcohol, they are not good for your liver, your kidney, your lungs, it's not good for anything, right? And these are the organs that help to maintain your immune system. So by the time you destroy them, I don't know what you expect to produce immune cells anymore. So there's that. Of course, exercise, just staying healthy and healthy eating and all that. If you have to lose weight, please lose weight. Also, that is it's something that disrupts your health. We've talked about how people who have excessive weight are likely to produce the wrong kind of hormones and how those hormones can now affect your immune system. Yes, it happens. Okay, so if you need to lose weight, lose weight. I mean, we've discussed weight loss so many times and we're still going to talk more about it. Okay, and those are the general principles, just general health principles. Again, If you want to focus on how to boost your immunity, number one, remove stress. Number two, remove any chronic illness. Treat any chronic disease that you need to treat, whether it's viral or diabetes, whatever, you need to treat them. Number three, eat with enough variety so that you are having all the nutrients, especially as you get older. Number four, vaccines. Take all your vaccines. Those are the ones that, yes, you're actually putting something into your body that can fight. All right. And those vaccines you don't just take vaccine and the vaccine will fight. No, you take the vaccine, your body will use the vaccine to learn how to fight. That's the way vaccines work. But let me not go into that too deeply for vaccines. Understand? So these are the processes, all right, by which you can truly support your immune system. Okay, and these are the real things that matter. Immune booster, again, for emphasis, for people who are dealing with chronic illnesses or who have gotten so old they cannot take in enough nutrients, they cannot eat well. That's where a pill, that just supports it. So I hope I've been able to clear up all this. Okay. Again, remember all the myths that are busted. Vitamin C does not prevent cough and catarrh. It does not treat cough and catarrh. Stop using vitamin C to treat cough and catarrh. Stop it. Vitamin C does not increase your immunity. Exposure to cold does not reduce your immunity. Exposure to cold does not mean you will get an infection. And then I think I've said everything. Um, oh yes, there's no evidence whatsoever that immune boosters prevent any disease. No evidence whatsoever that immune boosters prevent diseases. None. With this, I rest my case. If you have any questions, you can answer now. I am going to drop those vaccines on the WhatsApp group. So if you're watching this later on or you're watching this now and you're not on the WhatsApp group, please click the link to join the WhatsApp group so I can drop. You see when I dropped it. And if I drop it and you can't see it, please just ask for it on the group. Please, can I get the list of vaccines? I'll drop it. Remember, this is not exhaustive, but you can always see your doctor to find out which other vaccines you should be taking. So I'll take questions now. Any questions? Anybody, please ask me your questions. I'm going to give like 30 seconds for questions because I don't think there are many questions. Any questions on this? Okay, thank you. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm really, really impressed and happy because just last day before yesterday, I was in the airport. So the man was selling hormone boosters, selling this one, he helps for sexual if you're not lasting. He call it a kind of medicine. And it look as if today now, any medicine that's selling, if they have not put sex in it, you know, how if someone that is not lasting should drink and it will last, if you wake up, all your body should be strong as a man. So you talk about a lot of the hormone booster, a lot in one medicine. So I know, Sha. So thank you very, very much for clarifying that for me. So much. I am really happy that I've been doing this meeting this evening.
You're
Then my
welcome.
question again is this. You say that hormone booster does not stop age. That someone getting old.
Uh,
And now there's some people that live 60, 70 years, 80 years, 50 years. They look very young. They don't look like their age. So what are the things that they're taking that is not the hormone boosters? Thank you.
okay, you're welcome. Okay, so for people who don't look their age and all that, of course, immune boosters cannot stop your age. um, yes, everybody will age as they're supposed to. And it's something, it's a biological mechanism, it is what it is. Nothing can stop that. However, to look healthy and remain healthy even as you get older, you have to keep in mind everything. That's why I created this channel so that people can start doing things that they will need to remain healthy as they get older. Okay? Um, it's nothing special, it's nothing new. The usual. eat healthy, do exercise. Junk food, alcohol, smoking, all that, you need to throw all that out. Those are things that are not good for your system. Why? Because they put too much pressure on your system. They force your system to overwork and then quickly start getting worn out. And that's why before long, you see the person looking so old. So eating healthy, doing exercise, usually, that's all you need to do to stay healthy. If you have any medical conditions, chronic conditions, treat them, address them, and all that. But I must also add that for some people, it's just God. Like, when you ask someone, how are you doing there? And say, nah, God, oh, yes. In some cases, to be honest, it's just God. God just gave them good genes. They just look young, and there's nothing anybody's going to do about it. They are just like that. They are not on immune boosters or anything. They are just blessed. It's natural genes. What can we say, right? But for those of us who are not in that category, yes, there are things you can do. Just staying healthy. Exercise is so important. I cannot even Exercise is so important, especially as you get older, for your joints, for your muscles, for your facial muscles to still look young, for you to still exercise. You must move the body. Like, you must move the body. The body functions on a theory we call the theory of use and disuse. Use and disuse, meaning that any part of the body you are using, it will get stronger, it will get better, it will get more efficient. Any part of the body you don't use, it will get weaker, it will get, feeble, and just lose its function. That's how the body works. So use your body, right? Exercise, very important. Okay, I have another question. Some medication is said to lower white blood cell count, which reduces immunity. Can one take immune boosters? Yes, so that's a very important question. If someone is on a medication that can reduce immunity and that's a side effect, I would first of all encourage that person sees the doctor to be sure that this side effect is something that can be managed with immune boosters, first of all. Okay, it's important to be sure. And then also on a case by case basis. So if we say the immune system or the immune cells are reduced, by how much are they reduced? If they are reduced so much that the person needs to stop the drug, the person needs to stop that drug. Immune boosters won't help. But if they are reduced a little bit and the doctor says, okay, let's just see how it goes, take this immune booster to support, oh, that's fine. So it's a case by case basis depending on how much the immune system is weakened by that drug. But I would say any drug that can weaken your immune system, please review with your doctor. Very, very important. But yes, an immune booster can help. Okay, I think that answers the question. Okay, is there any other question? You're welcome. Is there any other question? I'm just going to wait like 10 seconds and I'll call it a day because I believe this session has been quite revealing for everybody. So next time someone wants to treat you for cough and catarrh and they say take vitamin C, just move for them. Just do it's a lie. All right, because it honestly does not do anything. It does not do anything. All right, it's just psychological. And so
Okay, hello.
okay, yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, I want to know, is this or sexual harassment, is it advisable for men? Is it
Okay,
advisable?
okay. So for that, right? Um, this is one of those things I'll say should be on a case by case basis. Why? The drugs that have an impact on sexual performance, oftentimes they have an impact on other organs, especially the heart. All right, especially the heart. So the caveat is before taking such drugs, you must see your doctor to examine your heart and tell you whether you are a candidate who can use such drugs. One, two, the type of drug also matters. So the heart might be fine, but the doctor has to review, and also the dosage. The dosage matters a lot. Okay, so it's not something that anyone can take at all, anybody can take at all without reviewing the dosage, the type, and your heart, especially with your doctor. But all things being equal, it is not an abomination. It's not like you take it, it will just it's killing everybody. No, 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 no. But the proper precaution, and usually whenever you hear of someone who died after using such drugs, because proper precautions were not taken. So precautions need to be taken. Very, very important. Okay. All right, so I think I'm going to call it a day. I have taken all the questions I can take. This session is getting very, very lengthy. I want everybody to be able to watch this video again on YouTube. Feel free. Next week, we'll be doing a recap session. So I gave a health talk. And for anyone who is just trying to navigate through weight loss, blood pressure control and all that, you want a crash course. This is going to be a crash course on everything we've spoken about. So it's a recap crash course, weight loss and the likes. All right, just to sum up a lot that we've discussed. Next week we'll be having that. So please invite anybody to come and check out next week's session, because it will be very, very it will be a recap of everything we've discussed for a very long time, and they can quickly catch up, get enough information that they need. I know a lot of people might not want to go and start watching all my videos from the beginning. I've almost 25 or 30 videos, so I get that. But please invite them next week. People who just want to start their weight loss journey, invite them to join next session. It's going to be a crash course: weight loss, blood pressure control, blood sugar control, a summary of everything you need to know. Okay? Oh, and it will be targeted at elderly people. Elderly people, all right? It's going to be targeted at elderly people, for seniors. So all those acrobatics will not be there. There's nothing, it's going to be something that is friendly for elderly people, okay? Something that anybody can easily do. Anybody at all can easily do. Those are the things we'll be discussing. So I hope to see you all next week. It's been fun having you guys around. Have a wonderful week. I will drop all the vaccines on the group. Have a wonderful week and take care. Bye bye. Peace. Okay.